Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Carlos, and if you're looking for videos about collecting Funko Pops, you might want to stick around. I'm here to discuss everything there is to know about the world of Funko Pops, and maybe even more. Alright, in collecting Funko Pops, while it is a very fun hobby, it's important to remember that you need to have a strategy while you're into it. And I guess yung first advice na pwede kong ibigay is try first to learn all the terms that you will hear, read, and later even use as you try to grow your collection. In this episode, I'll be talking about essential Funko Pop vocabulary which you will most likely encounter regardless if you're a newbie or a veteran collector. And without wasting any more seconds, let's get into it. Now, most of the terms that I'll be discussing are the different kinds or variants of Funko Pops. And I guess ito yung information na dapat mong malaman as a Funko Pop collector. And the first term that I'll be talking about is what we call as the common or regular Pops. And an example of a common and regular Pop is this Rafael Nadal Funko Pop. So as you can see, itong Funko Pop na to, wala siyang special feature, wala siyang special sticker in front of the box. And in the Philippines, a common pop retails from 595 pesos to 650 pesos. And since it's a common pop, pwede natin siyang mabili in any toy retail shop. Pero take note, sometimes a common pop can become more valuable as time passes by kasi it's possible that Funko later on decides to make a Funko Pop become vaulted, which is the second term that I will be discussing in this episode. So an example of a vaulted pop is this Bruce Wayne Funko Pop from the series Gotham. So pag sinabing vaulted, it simply means na si Funko no longer produces this kind of Funko Pop. So let's say nag-produce sila ng 10,000 Bruce Wayne Funko Pops na ganito. You won't be able to get more than that anymore. So sometimes, because limited na yung supply of the Funko Pops, there's a tendency for a vaulted Funko Pop to increase in the resale value. Pero it's not an automatic occurrence. So just because a Funko Pop becomes vaulted, it doesn't necessarily mean that it will become a higher valued pop. Pero there is, again, the possibility of it increasing in resale value. So in this case, itong Bruce Wayne Pop na to, even though vaulted na siya, yung resale value niya is still quite low. Actually, I think this is priced lower than SRP or standard retail price if you check the Funko app of its price. So ayun, but there are instances when a vaulted pop soars in retail value. And an example of it is this Kobe Bryant Funko Pop. So like what I said, a common pop retails from 595 pesos to 650. Pero this one, since it became vaulted and because of, I guess, yung sentimental value of Kobe Bryant as an NBA player, sobrang mahal na niya as a vaulted pop. And I believe as of this posting, we're at around 8,000 plus in terms of the resale value. So ayun, this is a clear example of a vaulted pop and became more expensive once Funko declared this as vaulted. And the next term that I will be discussing is what we call chase. And an example of a chase Funko Pop are these two. So the first one is this Alfred Newman Funko Pop and this Imperial Palace Robin. So as you can see, these Funko Pops have a special sticker and the limited edition chase. And when we say chase, it basically means it's a limited edition Funko Pop. And yung difference niya from a common pop is there's an additional detail that you would find in a common pop. So the common variant, ito yung itsura ni Alfred Newman. And yung common variant naman ni Imperial Palace Robin is this one. But in the chase variants, as you can see, si Alfred Newman, palabas yung dila niya, and with Robin, meron naman siyang hood. In terms of the pricing, a chase pop would cost about 2,000 pesos to 2,500 pesos here in the Philippines. But in the US, since it's easier to get a chase variant there, medyo mas mura siya ng konti. And basically, a chase pop, you can get it in every 6 common pops. But take note, not all common pops have a chase variant. Now, the next term that I will be discussing is what we call exclusives. So what is an example of an exclusive? So this Imperial Palace Batman is an example of an exclusive. So when we say exclusives, ito yung Funko Pops na mabibili mo lang at a particular store. So in this case, this Imperial Palace Batman can only be purchased from the Funko store. Hence, yung Funko store exclusive na sticker. So the sticker basically means or indicates where this pop can be bought. So another example, this Golden Midas Batman. So meron siyang Target sticker because it's a Target store exclusive. So similarly, the Joker's Wild Batman is an Entertainment Earth exclusive. So it has the Entertainment Earth exclusive sticker. But here in the Philippines, meron din tayong mga exclusive pops. So I guess a good example is this Darna Pop, which you can only purchase from Big Boy's Toy Store. So yung previous examples ko kasi mga stores from the US. But of course, we also have our own retailers here in the Philippines, and there are quite a few exclusive pops that you can buy from those different retailers. So an example is Big Boy's Toy Store. Pero we also have exclusives from Phil Bars, meron din from Hobby Stock. So those retailers also have Funko Pops with their respective stickers. Now, to talk about exclusives even more, I want to provide more examples. So an important Funko Pop that we need to discuss is a Comic-Con exclusive Funko Pop. So this Bruce Wayne Funko Pop came from the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con. So when we say a con exclusive, it's a Funko Pop na pwede mo lang bilhin from that particular comic convention. And because of that reality, this is a sought-after Funko Pop, and because you can only purchase this from that event, it becomes more rare and sometimes it becomes more valuable. So as you can see, ito yung sticker niya. It has a San Diego Comic-Con limited edition sticker. But like what I showed earlier, meron ding mga store exclusives ng comic convention. And in this example, from the New York Comic Con, this is what the sticker looks like. So it's not a comic convention sticker. It's what we call a shared exclusive sticker. So when we say shared exclusive, you can get this pop from the different retailers that are partnered with the comic convention. So in this New York Comic Con convention, this is what the sticker looks like for this shared exclusive. Now, you might be wondering bakit pinagkakaguluhan ng mga collectors yung Comic Con exclusives and the shared exclusives. Well, like what I said earlier, the Comic Con exclusives, Funko Pops, have Comic Con exclusive stickers. And because of that, they're much more rarer Funko Pops. And out of that reason, ideally, it becomes more expensive, more valued. And that's the reason why collectors and resellers alike try to get them. And yung stickers kasi, it's been a hot issue among collectors. So I guess the reason behind this is some collectors prefer Funko Pops with stickers because they look good on their shelves. And obviously, sometimes those Funko Pops with stickers add more value to their collection. Alright, the next variant that I'll be talking about is the glow in the dark. So an example of a glow in the dark pop is this Professor Radium Batman. So, pag yung Funko Pop is a glow in the dark, well, it simply means it's a Funko Pop that glows in the dark. And if it's a glow in the dark pop, it has this sticker, see? So it says glows in the dark. And at the same time, this Funko Pop is also a Target exclusive. So it also has a Target exclusive sticker, right? But also, I like to share this example. There are also instances wherein a glow-in-the-dark pop is also a chase pop. And like what I said earlier, di ba? Kung sinabi natin chase, it has an additional detail from a common pop. And in this case, yung additional detail niya is being a glow-in-the-dark. So that's the reason why it is a chase, but at the same time, it is a glow-in-the-dark pop. And ganito yung itsura niya if it's a glow-in-the-dark chase. And also, this is a Hot Topic exclusive, so it has 2 stickers as well. But I'd like to add something more about the discussion of the glow-in-the-dark pop. Recently, Funko added a new variant in the glow-in-the-dark line. So this is what we call the Black Light Glow. So an example of it is this Batman the Animated Series Black Light Glow Funko Pop. So as you can see, it has a distinct box. So it has a black box. And the special thing about this is, if you switch off the light and then you put this Funko Pop under a UV light, it will project a black light glow. So this is a very good looking pop. And I think this is one of the more popular variants that Funko was able to introduce to us. Now, the next variant that I'll be talking about is what we call flocked. Now, unfortunately, I don't have an example that I can show to you, but all flocked Funko Pops will have this sticker. And basically, yung difference niya from a common pop is a flock pop will have a different texture in terms of the figure. So, pagka nakakita ka ng flock Funko Pop, yung surface niya, it kind of looks like made out of felt paper. So, that's what it looks like. I don't have an example with me kasi my collection line is mostly Batman. Pero interesting enough, wala pa palang flock Batman na pinuproduce si Funko. So, I'm not able to show you one. Next up, the variant that I'll be talking about is what we call metallic. So an example of it is this White Lantern Batman. So when we say a metallic Funko Pop, it's pretty much self-explanatory. So pagka metallic Funko Pop, may certain parts of the Funko Pop that has a glossy look. Tapos iba yung paint finish niya. So it is metallic looking, as the name would suggest. So the next variant that I'll be talking about is what we call chrome. So an example of it is this 2019 Summer Convention Shared Exclusive Teal Chrome Batman. So as what the name would suggest, ito yung Funko Pop that has a chrome surface. So similar to the metallic pop, this has a shiny and glossy finish. And difference lang niya is a chrome pop has a chrome surface in its entirety. Now, in this example, this is a teal chrome Funko Pop, pero there are also different colors of chrome Funko Pop. So, merong red, there can be gold, meron din green, orange, so different colors. So I just show this example because I find this good looking. There are different colors of chrome Funko Pops that you can see in different Funko lines. Lastly, I'd like to discuss this term that you will most likely encounter every now and then. And this is what we call grail. So what do we mean by grail? Pag sinabi natin grail, it means it is hard to find or expensive, and sometimes even both. And an example of it is this Kobe Bryant Funko Pop. So earlier I said this Kobe Bryant Funko Pop is already vaulted, and out of that reason, limited na lang yung supply niya in the market, and because of additional value, because of who Kobe Bryant is, mas mahal na talaga siya. So this is a Funko Pop that is relatively more difficult to find and to purchase. So actually, you can only get this from the reseller market, and wala na siya sa mga retail stores unless they have old stocks, which I doubt they will sell for SRP. Alright? But remember, pag sinabi natin grail, there are levels to it. So meron kasing tinatawag na universal grail. So those are Grail Pops that are considered by many as expensive or hard to find. But you could also qualify a Funko Pop as a personal grail. So in my case, I consider this Penny Hardaway as a personal grail. Well, not because of how much it is, and actually madali pa nga itong mahanap but because of its sentimental value. So Penny Hardaway was the very first NBA idol of mine, so I consider this as a personal grail in my collection. So we're done talking about the different variants of Funko Pops, pero may gusto rin akong i-discuss na different terms that will most definitely encounter, especially when you get into the reseller market and as you try to grow your collection. So the first terms that I would like to discuss are noob and OOB. So pag sinabi nating noob, it simply means never out of the box. So an example is this one. So this Bruce Wayne Pop, I never took out the figure from the box, and I guess yung importance nito is there are some collectors kasi who want to resell the Funko Pop later on, and because they never remove the figure from the box, there's a chance that this can be sold at SRP or even at a higher price. On the contrary, an OOB or out of the box is a figure that is out of the box. So like this one. So I just wanted to display this out of the box. Well, sometimes kasi rin yung mga collectors, they decide to take the figure out of the box because maybe the box condition is not good, or they prefer displaying the Funko Pops out of the box. So again, it's really due to your own preference and whatever intention is for your collection. You can decide whether you want to keep them inside or outside of the box. Alright, next terms that I would like to discuss are FS and FT. So in the reseller market, you will usually find these acronyms. So FS simply means for sale, and FT is for trade. Alright, so the next terms that I'd like to discuss are lot buy and group buy. So itong terms na to are especially important when it comes to the reseller market. Alright, so example ng lot buy is, kunyari merong isang collector na i-give up na niya yung entire collection niya. Pero that collection, let's say, amounts to 20 Funko Pops. So, pag sinabi niyang buyer na lot buy, it means papakiwin niya yung 20 Funko Pops na yun. So, he will get all those 20 Funko Pops. On the contrary, pag sinabi natin group buy, of course, there are instances wherein hindi naman kaya bilhin ng isang buyer yung all the 20 Funko Pops. Either it's too expensive or hindi naman niya kailangan yung lahat ng 20 Funko Pops na yun. So in a group buy, what happens is several buyers will coordinate with each other and they will decide which of the 20 Pops they would like to get. So mag-uusap sila sino yung bibili of which pop, and then the seller will just coordinate with just one person. So that's what happens during a group buy. Okay, so the next term is what we call PO or pre-order. So I think hindi naman to exclusive to Funko Pop collecting, pero I think this is a term that you will usually use and usually do actually. So PO means pre-order. So ito yung instances wherein a Funko Pop gets announced pero hindi pa siya released. But then the retailers allow you to reserve a piece or more. So that's what you do. You pre-order for you to reserve a Funko Pop that you'd like to get. Lastly, we have the term dibs. So this is especially important and commonly used in reseller markets. So dibs simply means you intend to buy this particular Funko Pop advertised online. Okay, so pag sinabi mo dibs, okay, akin na yan. So it simply means expressing your intent to buy. Again, when it comes to Funko Pop collecting, you might encounter different terms and different vocabulary. So I hope you learned something important from this episode. But if I may have missed some terms, feel free to comment down below and even provide the definition for future viewers. In the meantime, like my video, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new videos. Before I leave, please watch this special public service announcement from this guy. See you next time.